Hi everybody, MichaelBtheGameGenie here. Happy Sunday and thank you so much for watching the video. Today we've got some good news to share with you coming out of the iiRcade camp and Arcade1Up for Canadians, as it seems like Sinden Light Gun tech is coming to iiRcade, which you already knew, but what you didn't know, it's coming to the original edition as well, thanks to GRS. On top of that, I did a video a couple days ago talking about how Arcade1Up, their products aren't coming to Canada, but I've got an update on that, and fans of the deluxe cabinets at least should be very excited, and I'll tell you more about it right after this. So that's right guys, today I've got some good news to share with you. It feels good when we actually get to talk about something positive, especially about some brands that could use some positive news. First of all is iiRcade, Sinden Light Gun tech. Support is coming to the iiRcade original edition, although it's not free and you will have to buy something else. But it's still coming thanks to our good buddy Glenn Planamento. On top of that, I did a video a couple days ago talking about Arcade1Up Cabinets, how we haven't got anything here in Canada and we didn't know when or if anything was going to be coming in the future. I've got an update because I reached out to the direct source and got the information you guys needed. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel and you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that YouTube stuff. So last Friday, the long-awaited release of Operation Wolf on the iiRcade finally came out, and it was our first game to integrate the new light gun technology thanks to Sinden Light Guns. Now, while most people with gold cabs were super excited as you could just plug your Sinden Light Gun into the USB slot on the cabinet, one of the biggest bones of contention with original iiRcade supporters and owners was the fact that this light gun would not be compatible with the original iiRcade. Many people have been upset about this since the announcement of the Sinden Light Gun tech with the iiRcade, and it seemed like there was no option in sight, as Bluetooth Sinden Light Gun technology did not seem to be on the horizon anywhere. What even compounded the matter was the fact that anybody who had missed out on buying the gold cabinets originally, or just said, you know what, I think I'll stick with my standard, that felt like they might have made a mistake and wanted to pick up the gold cab so they could enjoy Sinden Light Gun games on the cabinet, unfortunately there was no option to do so, as iiRcade is currently sold out of their gold edition cabinets on their site. There's literally nowhere to buy one unless you're going to pick one up second hand, and according to John himself, there is no current scheduled production run of these. That doesn't mean there won't be more in the future, it's just there aren't any on the immediate horizon. So what does this mean for original iiRcade owners? Does it mean that you're left out in the cold? Well, no, not really, as you still can purchase Operation Wolf. Unfortunately, though, you will have to play with the controls on the cabinet as they exist, so the joystick and the buttons. Now, that isn't necessarily the best way to potentially play this game. Our buddy Kongs R Us, a known troublemaker, made a video last week where he picked up Operation Wolf for his original Dragon's Lair iiRcade and had his wife play it on the cabinet and then compare it to the experience on his modded Time Crisis Point Blank cabinet that he had out. And I know a couple of people in the community said that's not a fair comparison because he's comparing the iiRcade to a multi-$1,000 cabinet with a PC in it. But I think the idea of what B was trying to show was playing with a Sinden Light Gun on an actual cabinet is a better experience than just playing it on the original cabinet with just the sticks. And it is 100% true. I mean, this is a gun game. Now, the original in the arcade was more like T2. It was that rotary controlled stick where you point it back and forth. Works more like a mouse. This game actually works great with a trackball, so a trackball will be a good option. Glenn's Retro Show has a new control panel that will have a trackball in it, so for the people with the original iiRcade, trackball could be a fun way to play it, but it's too bad you can't play it with Sinden Light Gun tech. Well, Glenn, the miracle worker that he is, has come up with a solution for that as well. Now, I was personally very shocked when this video popped up in my feed yesterday because I had talked to Glenn many times, I had talked to the people from iiRcade, and what I heard was it wasn't going to be possible to get the Sinden Light Gun tech working on the original iiRcade. Now, I asked Glenn a bunch of times, can't you just input a USB connection into your control deck? And I was always met with a pretty negative response from it. So it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. It seemed like the only way light gun technology on the original iiRcade would work is if they invented a Bluetooth Sinden Light Gun, which, probably wasn't going to be happening anytime soon. However, Glenn released this video yesterday showing gameplay with a USB Sinden Light Gun on the original iiRcade with the use of his new open accessory platform control deck, the prototype that he has coming out in the relatively near future. So fans of the iiRcade that want to play your light gun games and you have an original iiRcade, with the addition of Glenn's deck, now you will also have light gun compatibility through the Sinden Light Gun, and you can play Operation Wolf and all future light gun games properly. Now, for those of you that missed out on the gold cabinet and don't currently have an iiRcade that do want to play the light gun games, but there's nowhere to buy iiRcades, you are in luck. iiRcade.com still has the original cabinets available. There's still some Retromania wrestling cabinets, which is a beautiful original cabinet that you can purchase, currently on sale now, $5.99. On top of that, the pre-order is up there for the premium tempered glass screen protector. I cannot recommend this upgrade enough. It completely changes the experience. It's only a piece of glass, but the flexibility of being able to clean that so easily and have that clear picture really does make a huge difference. But what if you're not in the US? What if you're in Canada? Well, you can still order from iiRcade.com directly. They have $50 Canadian shipping, which is amazing. But you can also check out The Brick, because The Brick still has a selection of iiRcade cabinets still available. Retromania is $749.99, so it's a little bit of a cheaper deal than buying the US $5.99 cabinet by the time what is it called? By the time you do the currency exchange. And then if you don't mind, the original iiRcade cabinet, it's on last chance currently, but you can pick one up for $448.13. So if you do want to play these new Sinden Light Gun games, there are still options immediately to buy iiRcades. It's just not going to be the gold edition, and you will have to pick up Glenn's deck. Now, to be fair, is this the most ideal solution for original iiRcade owners to be able to play with a Sinden Light Gun? No, it's not. Obviously, there's an additional cost if you're going to have if you already have an original iiRcade, or you're going to pick up an original iiRcade at one of these locations. There's the additional cost of buying Glenn's deck. However, this was something that you had no shot of doing, just wasn't going to come. So at least there's an option now for you to use your iiRcade and the Sinden Light Gun in unison to play these new light gun games. So really good news. So guys, shifting gears, I want to talk about Arcade1Up now, and as most people know, I did a video last, I think it was Wednesday, on my channel, where I talked about the fact that we are about 5 releases deep in the Arcade1Up 2023 lineup, and still none of these products have made their way to Canada. And there's been some information that's come up online to say that some of these cabinets aren't even ever coming here, as well as some people listing tax and duty information as the reason why Canada isn't getting any of these releases. After reaching out to a couple people here in retail in Canada and reaching out to Arcade1Up and kind of getting mixed messages and no clear answers on what's happening with the 2023 lineup coming to Canada, I reached out to a reliable source, Resource Group, who are the marketing retail management partner for Arcade1Up here in Canada, and I finally got a definitive answer. It might not be the one you want, but I got a definitive answer. What Resource Group did tell me was that the situation with Arcade1Up's cabinets coming to Canada in 2023 in the second quarter was a situation of bad timing. So it didn't say anything about the cabinets not coming here. It just listed that there was some kind of mix-up. However, we would be on schedule with the rest of the Arcade1Up 2023 releases by third quarter or July, August this coming year. And this is the exact same information I had already heard from retail regarding the deluxe cabinets coming to retail July, August this year, June, July, August, quarter 3 to quarter 4. So everything seems to line up. So what this means for Arcade1Up fans in Canada is don't despair. The cabs are coming. They're just going to be slightly delayed. I mean, think about it, guys. It's already May. We only have 2 more months in front of us before we're finally going to be able to get our hands on some of these Arcade1Up cabinets that people in the US have been enjoying for the last couple of months. Now, what cabinets I know for sure are coming are the deluxe cabinets. So expect to see Class of 81 Deluxe, Mortal Kombat Deluxe, which is the one I'm kind of eyeing, but I'd rather wait for an XL or a Pro, to be honest, and Pac-Man Deluxe, which also I'd kind of rather wait for an XL or a Pro, mainly XL on that one. I don't have any information on the Fast and the Furious. The last I heard was that it wasn't scheduled to release in Canada right now, but that doesn't mean it won't come later when the rest of the deluxe cabinet comes, and I don't have any information on the Infinity game board, but we do know the deluxe cabinets are coming. Expect to see them quarter 3, July, August this year at retail here in Canada. So guys, hopefully that's just a little bit of good news to share with you this Sunday from the home arcade space. Once again, iiRcade standard edition users won't be left out in the cold. Thanks to Glenn Planamento, whose video I will share in the description down below. His new open accessories control deck that's also going to have spinners, his one push button spinners, as well as the new LED version 3 trackball, will also be able to allow you to have Sinden Light Gun support on your original iiRcade. Go check out Glenn's video. Keep an eye on Thunderstick Studios, and congratulations. I'm so happy that there will no longer be this divide in the community between standard iiRcade users and gold users. Everybody can enjoy these light gun games the way they're intended. On top of that, I'm so happy for my fellow Canadians. When I saw that piece last week about the tax and duty structure, as well as everything else that had been going on here, I had some serious concerns about our ability to get Arcade1Up cabinets here in Canada going forward. As we all know, going through either Arcade1Up.com direct to consumer or going through Shop Hippo is not the best way to go because it's so goddamn expensive. By the time you factor in tax, duty, and shipping, you're ended up paying well over $1,200 sometimes for some of these cabinets. It just doesn't make sense. So it's awesome we're able to get a retail version of these. Hopefully we get the full 2023 lineup here in Canada, but at least we're getting the deluxe cabs that we know of right now. So we will see what happens when June, July, August pops up with Arcade1Up here in Canada. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of this news for iiRcade? Are you excited about Sinden Light Gun support for the original iiRcade? And Canadian fans, are you excited about the Arcade1Up Deluxe Cabs showing up here in quarter 3? And if you are, which ones are you planning on picking up? Anyways, guys, this is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.